Okay, now we know how to check whether the item is harvestable or not. Okay, now we will increment the value of the items, and also we will collect the cupcakes and make it invisible. Okay, so for that I will stop the playing mode. Okay, yeah, so this is the code what we have written. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to make a changes into it. Okay, so after scope we are going to create a variable into it called local backpack. Okay, in this variable I'm going to make my tool parent. Okay, so this will give the tool to the player by parenting it. Okay, so once you parent it, then you're going to create local layer, and in that you are going to backpack your parent. Okay, after this I'm going to create a variable local layer stats, and in this I'm going to in the player stats I'm going to get my leaderboard. Okay, so player, in this find first child. Okay, find first child, and you have to write the name seeing what you have given in the player setup. So I have given leader stat, so just you can copy paste. Okay, into it. Okay, after this you have to create a variable called local items. Okay, and in this I'm going to do the same, but here I'm going to not call it by player, I'm going to call it with player stats. Player stats, and in this call it by find first child. Okay, and give your name as items. Okay, and same way local layer space. Okay, so in this I'm going to check the number of atom has to be less than space. It not has to be greater than space. So that's the reason I'm also using the layer space. Player stats again. Find first child, and in this you are going to create a space. Okay, so this space you can check in the player setup that you have given both the names correct. So items and space, yeah, it's correct. So after this, okay, now you have checked with the print, so we are going to erase there and we are going to increment it. So increment, for incrementing you have to write a condition over here as if can harvest dot. Okay, if can harvest dot value, we have to check the boolean value is true or not. Okay, this value, if it's true, and also we are going to write one more condition, player items dot value, okay, has to be less than, okay, less than player space dot value. Okay, okay, yeah. So let me make this p small and this p also okay, fine. And if the both the condition is satisfied, it should increment. So you are going to write over here as player items dot value equals to player items dot value equals plus 1. Okay, correct. Okay, now you can check if it's incrementing or not. So save the file and let's increment. Okay, click on the tool. Okay, let's see if the okay, you can see the it has increment. Okay, so how many times you touch it will. Okay, so this way increment the value in the atoms. Okay, now what we will do is we will make this cupcake invisible when the player touches his spoon to the cupcakes, and also the increment value also has to be seen, and after 5 minutes the cupcake has to reappear again. Okay, so for that we will make changes in the code. So let's stop the playing mode. Okay, and come back to your script. Okay, so after incrementing the value, okay, you have to uh, write a command over there as after here can harvest dot value you have to make false. Okay, so this after making false, okay, you have to check part touch dot transparency. Okay, so we are going to make it invisible by using transparency. We are going to make it 1, and also can collide. We are going to make part touch dot can collide as false. Okay, so that means the player can pass through that area. Okay, so and we are going to wait for 5 minutes. We are going to wait for this 5 minutes. Okay, and after 5 minutes, okay, we will write a comment over here as reappear harvested item. Okay, and in this I'm going to write a command as can harvest value. We have to make it again true after 5 minutes, and also the transparency also we have to change it to 0 so that the player can see the cupcake. Okay, so part touch dot transparency as 0, and we are going to make that part touch dot can collide as true. That means the player can't pass into that particular object. Okay. Okay. So yeah, we are done with it. Check the end block is closed. Okay. Yeah, it's correct. Scoop dot. Yeah. Now let's run the code. First, we need to save the file. Okay. Once you save the file, then click on play here. Okay. So let's click on our tool and let's check if the items. Okay, you can see I have collected one cupcake and the atom has incremented by 1. Okay, now let's okay. Okay, let's wait for 5 seconds. Okay, Okay, you can see the cupcake has reappeared again. Okay, okay, and you can see if the value gets equal to space value, then after that you can't collect the cupcakes. Okay, so yeah, GeoScript is working fine, so now you can play with it.